Hey now. We are live. Let me just make sure I'm looking at over here. Um let's make sure I can see the coming in there. Let me go live on Instagram. Making sure we're all set on Instagram. Hold on, let me talk about. Okay, hold on. It's not letting me type. There we go. Hold on. I'm coming. Okay, so we are doing this. Hey, Nurse Meaty. Wait, where am I? Wait, I just lost. I was trying to pin. How do you? Have I forgotten how to pin my headline chat? Let me. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I'm live there. I'm live here. I'm live everywhere. Okay, good stuff. All right. So yeah, I'm just making sure I'm set up right so we can get into this. So for those of you who don't know, I am TJ Mercer. I'm known as the walking exclamation point. But for these purposes, I am the chief noisemaker of Media Mavericks Academy, where I typically teach Nurse Meaty. I actually have a Newsjack for you if you're interested. So stick around when I get into it. But I normally teach authors, experts, coaches, and entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without a publicist and without being a celebrity. And so I have been balancing and finding my time between the harmony of actually producing, TV, the HBCU show that I want to do, as well as staying actively in the media, because now more than ever, I'm really seeing things pop off that I'm like, yo, I got to tell my people. And when I calculated that I've done nearly about 30 years behind the scenes on some of the biggest TV shows, I'm like, yeah, let's do this thing. So one of the things that happened on Sunday was the Oscars, right? We newsjacked the Oscars. And so somebody, her name is Dr. Cassandra Bolar, she newsjacked, and in less than 24 hours, she was on ABC Atlanta, which is the #8 market. And when I tell you, I am thrilled. I am absolutely thrilled. So identify yourself as you come in, because y'all know, like, I like to know who I'm talking to. And I'm actually going to probably post we're going to try to figure out how we can make this a two-way conversation. I still hadn't thought about that enough, that I like to have people come in with me so that I can ask questions to help you see how you're going to newsjack. So if you've never heard of newsjacking is the art of injecting yourself into a conversation that's happening, whether it was a headline, whether it was a social media trend, but you use this, you write a pitch, and you pitch, and really, in some cases, you can be on TV in less than 24 hours. It just happened. So I want you to make sure that you are paying attention. I have committed that I will go live every Wednesday. I may have to move that to Tuesday, but for now, every Wednesday, I will go live and we'll hit some headlines, and we will talk about, Steven says, can't hear. You can't hear me, Steven? Don't tell. That's the one time I don't ask, can you hear and see me? Is the one time you don't hear and can. Hey, Emily, can somebody make sure they can hear me? I need to confirm so we'll know if it's on Steven's end or if it's simply just Steven, or is it me? So somebody talk back to me and let me know you can hear me over on Okay, so C, and I can hear. Okay. So Stephen, I think it's on you because I'm being told that I'm being heard. So I was like, the one time I do that every single time. I don't talk before y'all confirm if you can see or hear me. And the one time I don't. So getting back to what newsjacking is. So newsjacking, in some cases, newsjacking, you can just post it on your page. I've seen people get media and leverage from that. Dr. Sandra Dalton, one of my favorite media mavericks, did that. And she has blown up. She newsjacked the flu. And she has blown up. TED Talk, all of that. She has blown up because she newsjacked and wrote a post. There was a young lady that slid into my inbox after Sunday and said she got invited to do a podcast based on she newsjacked and wrote a post about alopecia. So it absolutely is possible. Okay, I'm telling you. So let's get to it. So one of the first headlines that I want to revisit, actually, Instagram, you're not gonna be able to see my screen because I have I'm like, we're in this together, and we're going to let's see, window. Okay, so y'all should. Well, I thought you'd be able to see my screen, but that's a little funky. Don't like that. Let's stop sharing. Let's try this again. Don't like that way you shared that. What about window? Okay. Let's try it again because that's the first time I've seen it do that. Huh. Once I've had it not share. Okay. So what I'm going to share it tab by tab. Okay. How about that? Let me make sure that that's what's going out. Hey, Michelle, Kendra. Hey, Miss Gwen. Okay, so it is being broadcast. So I came across this headline. For those of you on Instagram, you can't see it, so I'm going to tell you about it. But it's called The 24 Months That Changed the World. It's a special that's airing tonight on ABC. And it's basically a revisit of the pandemic, what has happened. So let's take a look at the teaser because I want us to see the teaser and pull some stuff out of it.
The last 24 months.
24 months.
The last 24 months.
We started shooting and then COVID happened.
Yeah, the fate of the world was so uncertain.
The way it happened was so scary and traumatizing.
I think the last 24 months have just taught us resilience.
My relationship with my kids, our bonds will never be the same because of the time we spent.
That was the year I got to know my family better.
People have decided that they want to spend their time doing things that are deeply meaningful to them. The way we work and this idea of office centricity is over. We are never going back to a pre-COVID version of that.
How is it that somebody finds love during a pandemic?
Go on dates together, where I would bring my laptop with me to a restaurant.
The stares that we got from people in the restaurant.
It's like, girl, you know what you just went through?
I went from being laid off, going full-time with my company, being on Shark Tank, and we survived the global pandemic.
I now have this amazing business that I love. I'm just happy.
The last 24 months have been harrowing and humbling.
What has happened caused every human being to make a decision on, are you going to grow or are you going to cower? And the universe wasn't having it. They're like, no, you got other plans for you.
Robin Roberts, the emotional and powerful new 2020 event special, 24 Months That Changed the World. This Wednesday night at 10/9 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
24 months.
The last 24 months.
We started shooting and then COVID happened.
Okay, so what I strongly suggest is several of you watch that special from, you know, the medical angle, from the financial angle. Like, there are celebrities in there. Hey, my Dr. Kim. There's celebrities in there that you can maybe glean from. Celebrity is always a, I got to figure out why my comments are only saying Facebook users. I talk about hot buttons and I have alopecia. Okay. And I need to newsjack this for real. Yes. So, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? So, like, if you are a subject matter expert or anything like that, I strongly, strongly suggest you watch the special, because there could be a ton of angles you can. I didn't switch the. Sorry, IG. I didn't switch you back around when I put you up there. But what I would strongly suggest, what I was saying is, I would strongly suggest is that you watch it, see where your lane of genius fits in, and newsjack it. But because it is an ABC News special, you want to, really pitch the ABC markets and in the local markets, the ABC, the NBC, the ABC, Milwaukee, ABC, DC, ABC, Biloxi, wherever you are. I would pitch the ABC markets and talk about what you picked up and how you can expand it. And make sure you start with, according to ABC's special, 24 months later, Robin Robbins exposed a family who, look, we saw some entrepreneurs in there. We saw people who, quit their job and went back to work. Quit their job and started their business. Like, whatever angles. And I actually have a premiere to go to tonight, but I may try to catch it and later, and then maybe in the later in the week or next week, I can talk about some of the angles that I see. But if I were you, no matter what, I don't, Dr. Kim, it could be exposing racism. Like, I don't know what the special is about. So that's why I'm like, that's a broad topic. There could be something in there, coping with loss, post-pandemic, where the world is opening back up. You had been, you had been at home, and then now you're opening back up, and the things that you used to do with your loved one, you don't do anymore, but everybody else is doing it. So, all these different angles. I will newsjack this as an educator. Erica says, I will newsjack this as an educator. The last 24 months have changed me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can, and then if you have solutions for people, or, things that you've created to help people cope, by all means include that. All right, so that's that one. Then let's see. Let's go to, hey, Dr. Tawana. That sounds good. So here's one. So according to CNN, they're talking about the Great Resignation still. And I've actually pitched one of my clients who is a LinkedIn expert, and we led with it being the Great Resignation that is happening, and that people are eventually, they're really looking for things that make them happy, things that actually, bring them joy. And so we positioned it that it's time to really up your LinkedIn profile. How do we newsjack? Daryl is asking, how do we newsjack a situation to save a marriage, Will and Jada? You pitch that, like, if there's, discontent in your marriage, what, from what we know about what Will and Jada have talked about on Red Table Talk, these are some of their issues. Do not, Daryl, go into conjecture. Go into what you know about them. Do not get into what you think happened. Will probably did this, Jada did that. Make sure you center it around what we know to be true. Look at their, you know, the things that they have actually said out of their mouths before you form it, and then pitch it on, this is how these issues could be resolved. This is how to prevent these things in your marriage. Sylvia says she can't hear on IG. Let me see. Can't wait. Oh, wait. I don't know why you can't hear. Somebody said I hit mute. Wait. Oh, I hit mute. Okay. Sorry. It's been a long time since I've done both IG and Facebook at the same time. So thanks for popping over, Sylvia, to tell me you couldn't hear me. And I am so sorry, IG. So what was I saying? So going back to the Great Resignation, and I see Dr. Tawana is saying that her LinkedIn box is popping because of all that this is, has brought to the forefront. And so, what was I going to say? So with the Great Resignation, whatever that is for you, where you fit in, of how you are actually, who was that saying that? I'm resigning at the end of the school year. My sanity mandates it. My LinkedIn profile has been updated. I am with you on that. The Great Resignation unlocked people's passion and dreams again, for sure. So that was the angle that I took with the Great Resignation. Whatever that is for you, like, how ideas of, if you are, one who are helping people come up with ideas for stay-at-home businesses, are you one that's, helping people have a less, stress-free lifestyle, remote working, how to improve your remote working learning environment, whatever that is for you, I need you to actually put it out there. All right. So there's that one. And then what other headlines I got? Okay. So I'm not really sure about this, but there's something here. I just, can't really, let me see. Where was the one? Let me see. Here, this one. Okay, so this thing with the electric vehicles for everyone, like, if maybe this could be for someone who is like a financial planner, or a financial planner, or understand, like I did when I read the article, there were some nonprofit mentions that there are nonprofits that are going to be assigned to help this. Like, I'm not really, there's something here. I just don't know enough about the different aspects of people's brands yet, but there is something here about this of, like, okay, maybe it's if you are a person, like, there's a woman on TikTok that reads all the fine print, and she gives us tips based on all the fine print of, what our rights are when we sign a rental agreement or anything. So if you're one of those kind of people that understands, like, fine print or whatever, then, you can dissect. Like, so for instance, one of my VIP clients is Lacey Robertson. She is a beast at mortgage and refinancing and financing and all of that. So when I pitched her to the media, it was the perspective of how to make sure you fill out your loan forms correctly, right? And what could get your loan forms delayed. That's the kind of thing that I'm thinking would be good for someone who understands that, who can actually dissect this, or their ins and outs that you need to make sure that for you to qualify for this program, that you make sure you don't say this, or you make sure you do say that, whatever that is. I'm not sure, but I would look into that. And again, when I give these Newsjacks, when I get these new, who is this that's in? This might work for nonprofits to battle voter suppression. Getting people access to transportation can overcome shenanigans. There you go, Simonius. That's the, okay, we're a team here. Like, I'm going to present the headline. I may struggle, but if you kind of see where I'm going with it, but that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. How do you demystify this particular program that can help people? How do you fill out the right forms? Make sure you fill out form WSYZ or something like that. But whatever that is for you, I would pitch this and come from that aspect of how you can demystify this process, or what does it mean for you, what the qualifications are, all of that kind of stuff. Because the goal, y'all, is, even though this is not directly on your topic, what I teach my clients is get into the media the best way you know how, as long as it's ethical and not completely off brand, because what that does is starts a relationship. Then you can pitch the producer some other ideas that are more on the nose about your topic. But if you really understand this enough to actually be considered an expert, if you've done it for several years or something like that, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. So that's that one. Then let me see, what's this one say? Oh, okay. So let me share this headline. Well, where is it? Oh, it's right in my face, of course. Okay, so we're not going to watch this, but we're just going to talk about it. And Nurse Media, if you're still here, this is one I was talking about for you. The FDA approves will this decrease healthcare? Tony is saying, will this decrease healthcare disparity by way of transportation? Could be an angle. That's the kind of community I want us to build. Like, I just wanted to present the headline, and you guys actually, because within my Media Mavericks community, it is a team thing. It is a team thing that, listen, I'm the expert that's kind of guiding the conversation, but you are your potential viewers, your readers, your listeners. So that's a good one, Tony. Will this decrease? Oh, okay. So now it's showing up. Okay. So will this decrease healthcare disparity by way of, yes. So I put it on the screen. So back to the booster shot. So if you're in the medical field, like, and again, when I talk about newsjacking, I don't really care what side of the table you are on an issue. My job is to kind of be opinionless and talk about it strictly from a news perspective. So I am not condoning or not condoning. I'm just putting it out there. So for the medical people, those in the med field, this just dropped that the FDA approved it. So what does that mean? Like, should we get it? What are the, like, demystify that, because this could be confusing. So what does that mean? That you can get a fourth booster? You know, so basically the fourth shot, excuse me, I didn't say a fourth booster, second booster, which will make it the fourth shot. So is it safe? What are the repercussions? Whatever your medical expertise is that can talk about and add levity or add, what's the word I'm looking for? Clarity, that's the word. Add clarity to this situation. That's what I want you to do. And then let me see what else we did. Okay. Oh, okay. So whereas we are ending the news cycle around the Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett thing, that is drawing to an end. You still may have a few more days depending on how you approach it. But you still, and I think somebody here, there's different angles that you still can talk about with alopecia. Like, I'm insisting one of my hair loss clients pitch to talk about this, because that's when you've heard me talk about my client who one pitch landed her on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, one pitch. That's who I'm talking. She was a hair loss expert. So actually, when this popped off, I nudged her. I'm like, you need to get out there and talking about this and having this conversation, because now, and I also learned that it was a Pfizer that's in like stage 3 of a drug coming to market that's supposed to help alopecia, I believe. This is a dialogue that has now been open. Jump on that if that's your skill set. If it's your skill set about the confidence of how it impacts, women, whatever that is, jump on it, because you still have maybe 4 or 5 more business days of this news cycle that can be used to leverage in Newsjack. All right. So then let's see, what's another one that I had flagged? What's this one? Oh, okay. So this one. Okay, so we're nearing recession if this always accurate indicator is right again. So this happened yesterday. I saw this headline yesterday. And basically the lead in is the bond market just flashed a warning sign that has correctly predicted almost every recession over the past 60 years, an inversion of the U.S. Treasury note yield curve. Finance experts, people who understand this, people in the stock markets, people budgeting, financial planners. What does this mean? Mortgage people, what does this mean? What does this mean that we're saying? Read the article. Okay, so if I have not said it, vet, and vet some more. Make sure you get your information correct. Don't be out here embarrassing me by being loud and wrong, okay? Telling people that TJ taught you how to newsjack. Don't do that to me. So whatever that is, though, of how you can take this, what does this next recession mean? From your expertise, what is going to be happening? Where do we need to stock up on? What do we need to, kind of things people should pull out of? Like whatever that is, take a loan, don't take a loan, take, a loan out against your house, don't, whatever that is in your lane of genius that's based on according to CNN Business, the inversion of the U.S. Treasury note yield curve is indicates that we're headed into a recession. I would like to come on and talk about XYZ. Okay. So that's going to be a hot topic for maybe the next week or two. I want you to get on that. And let me see. So that's that. Who is that said the pressure? Wait, who is that said I'm a little stuck with the headline? Oh, did I not show y'all the whole headline? Did it not scroll up? Let me see. So we're nearing yeah, I think I did. I think I showed it and then I scrolled down. Okay, so I ain't crazy. I did. So you're not talking about that. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this one. President Biden signs into law HR 55, the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act. So I was thinking, Simonia was feeling the pressure. Okay, Simonia. I was thinking today when I think I saw it yesterday. What took so long? So maybe a legal expert, and guys, feel free to share this with any of your pals that can speak on this. Let's not keep TJ to yourself. Share this with any of your pals that you know can fit into any of the headlines that we're talking about. So from a legal perspective, my first question was, what the hell took so long? It's like, it's 2022. We just now making it a federal crime to lynch some folks? Like, what? And so, like, maybe you can go on into your local market and talk about what this means, how this, impacts, offenders, or, give the history of it, whatever that is. But I just thought that it was an interesting thing that it's taken all this time. Oh, I'm stuck with writing a headline about hair loss and COVID. Don't know who that is, but if that's your lane of genius and you help people with that, it can be simply of COVID is taking your hair, or how to prevent COVID from taking your hair, or how to prevent COVID from not, wait, what was I going to say? COVID is known to take your breath, but it doesn't have to take your hair. Something a little like that would get. And when you write these subject and headlines, you're looking at what will get a producer to open that email. That's what you got to do. Think it from that standpoint. What will make a producer? No different than if you read a headline, you're going to click on it. Why are you going to click on it? What's going to make you click on what they want you to see, what they want you to look at? Let's see. I think vehicle access is growing priority. Okay, I did that one. I'm gonna come back to that. We did that one. We did that. Okay, so the last headline I want to touch on is, again, for my medical community, or from anyone that is dealing with this. So Bruce Willis, y'all know the actor Bruce Willis, he came out, his family came out today and said that he needs to step away from acting because he has been diagnosed with aphasia. Is that how you pronounce it? So with that diagnosis, I had never heard of that. I had to go look it up. I'm told, from what I understand, it is a form of dementia. So if you are in the medical field, you can inject your expertise on what does that mean. Give details about what is aphasia, what is the prognosis, what, are some of the natural things that you can do to offset it, foods, remedies, whatever your lane of genius is. If you suffered from it, this is how you've lived with it and combated it. And I don't mean like you really got to have a medical degree. For those of you who have medical degrees, you got to be careful on, what you say as far as recommendations. So what I mean by that, though, is you're talking about it, with those two powerful letters behind your name, MD. Media will lean in to what that means for you, what it means to the audience to have that kind of credibility behind you. But you want to leverage the heck out of it. That anytime something pops off with a celebrity, that's a good time to leverage the heck out of it and align it with your expertise and your lane of genius. So that just was revealed this morning. And then lastly, before we call it a night, I want to go over some of the things that are going on in April. Well, before I do that, let me just tell you this. So what's so interesting about this, as I was looking at headlines last night, God reminded me that he had given me this idea called Newsjack City. This concept probably about 5 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I never acted on it, but he had given me. So for those of you who are familiar with Harrow, as it's the reverse of Hero. So whereas Hero is reactive to what producers want, Newsjack City is proactive to producers. It's me sitting and giving you headlines and ideas of how you can proactively pitch the media. So what hit me last night, like, oh, so you finally are sitting down and doing Newsjack City, basically. That's what these you call them headline chats, that you're gonna go, you committed to your folks that you're gonna go live every Wednesday and have a headline chat. I told you that idea about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's called Newsjack City. You already know. So we're going to merge and have a Newsjack City is what we're over here building. And it's a community where we're helping each other look at angles to Newsjack and get out there. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so with that said, and if you haven't already gone to newsjackthat.com, if you haven't already gone to newsjackthat.com, that's where you can download my Newsjack and that. Oh, but I forgot here. So if you go to Newsjack City, here's where I need your help. I need you to tell me what your lane of genius is so that I can have you in mind. If you know that this is helpful and valuable and you want to invite people to come play with us and do this, and you know this can help you, I need to have you in mind as I'm scouring headlines. So go to Newsjack City, newsjackcity.com. There's a form there where you can tell me about your lane of genius. And I'm going to keep reading them so that I can have you in mind when I am doing the headlines. Okay. So, because I really want us to build a community around this. All right. So, April, the month of April, you got Global Astronomy Month. You got Keep America Beautiful Month. You've got Sexual Assault Awareness Month. You got Stress Awareness Month coming up this week. So, if that this month, so it's coming up in April. So, if that's you, get on that. You got Library Week, where if you are a person that helps people get their books done, you can put yourself out there. You got Garden Week. So I immediately thought of one of my Mavericks, Tara, and she is totally into backyard, whatever that is in the gardening arena, if that's you. You got Children's Book Day on April 2nd. What else did I find? You got No Housework Day. So on April 7th, I was thinking of that. From those of you who have organizing businesses, you can look in that, hook yourself to that Newsjack that. There's No Housework Day. So in order to do that, the day before, so that you don't have to do housework, you do this cleaning solutions of, tips, but you do it like so that you can have a good No Housework Day. Here's what you need to do before then, something like that. Golfer's Day, if you are, a great golfer and you can show people how to do the swing. National Siblings Day. You can talk about reconciliation from a strain, if you have a strained relationship with your siblings. You can talk about what it takes to reconnect, reunite, and start the healing process. So there's that. You got National Pet Day coming up on April 11th. If you're a dog trainer, you can do tricks and show training techniques. Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day is on April 12th. You can make me a grilled cheese sandwich. But this is for my cooking people. And again, you don't necessarily have to pitch the media. I'm just leveraging that if you want to just do TikToks or social media about this, if you're not comfortable with pitching, I want you to get there, but it's no excuse. You can actually inject yourself into the conversation. April 14th is Ex-Spouse Day. So you can talk about maybe co-parenting, how to actually get along with your spouse when there's kids involved, how to survive a divorce, all of those kind of things that go along with that. Husband Appreciation Day. You can come up with ideas of how to show appreciation to your husband. Herbalist Day. That's self-explanatory of how you can talk about the different herbs, the stress, and we're coming into spring. National Stress Awareness Day. That's on April 18th. National Garlic Day. That's for my chefs and things like that. National Hanging Out Day. That's and a lot of these are not to be taken seriously. Let me just say that. They're not to be taken seriously. It can be just a fun segment that you pitch. National Hanging Out. So in your local area, what are some of the things that you can show people to do? There's a museum here that has a discount. Like, you can be that consumer expert of the cool things to do on National Hanging Out Day. Kindergarten Day, that's for my parenting and my teacher experts about Kindergarten Day. The Take a Chance Day, is on April 23rd. So that's options of, some of the things that in your expertise that people are afraid to take a chance on, a new job or getting out of that relationship that is not going right. So that's that. And National Prime Rib Day, that's self-explanatory. National Teach Children to Save Day. That's my finance experts, my parenting experts. Loss of a loss of a sibling on National Siblings Day. Yeah, that's a great one. How to cope with the loss of one of your siblings. So that's a good one. Take Your Daughter to Work Day. So that could be women, girl empowerment, girl power. Hairstyle Appreciation Day. That's from a hairstylist. National Honesty Day. So it could be around like, okay, we got to have a tough conversation. So we have to have a tough conversation. How do we have it where you need to confess or something like that? So with that said, don't forget to go to newsjackcity.com if you want me to know about your lane of genius. And so I can be reading headlines that are more tailored to what you need. And then if you need a 20-minute media strategy with me, that's at mediamavericks.tv/B12. So my strategy sessions are called B12s. So I put that in the comments. And I think that's it. All right. So with that said, we're going to count it down, and I'll see you next Wednesday. At the same time. And we'll count it down in 10, 9, 8. Somebody said, I need the strategies for sure. There you go. That's what I want to build and help people make more noise about your lane of genius so we can help serve some people. 7, hey, my Roslyn. 6, 5, Newsjack City is the link. Newsjackcity.com is the link for you to fill out a Google form to tell me what your lane of genius is. Cynthia says, this was great. You are most welcome. I love this stuff. Okay, where was I? 3, I'm getting ready to go to a premiere. 2, for my friend's new season 2 of his show. I'm so freaking proud of him. It's on Fox Soul. It's called The House. It's The House. It's on Fox Soul. And yeah, I'm going to the premiere in a few minutes. 2, 1. Love you, Simonia. Love you. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.